Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you personally to this very stormy 2021. As I said last year, we all have to go through our emotional fears and unadjusted emotions because we are still in this moon phase-like scenario for the next 9 years. We have seen what that does in last year, 2020. This year is going to be way more up close and personal, meaning we have to look at our own personal, very, very personal fears and emotions. It is not easy to always keep a very level head at that time, but we will have to do it. So remember that you are a spirit having a human experience and not the other way around, because it will be quite stormy. This year will be a balancing act between fire element and water element. So it will be very explosive this year, specifically around the inauguration day on January the 20th, but also further on. Explosions will happen here and there all the way around until December 2021. And in 2022, it will trigger more our empathic self. 2023, we make a major shift in our evolution here on this planet. So it's very important for us to understand, where do we want to go? So let me give you a little bit of an overall overview for this year. 2021 January. Logic versus the heart. A lot of energies will feel draining to us, and a lot of energies will feel or trigger in us this judgment. Judgment of others, judgment of politicians, judgment of the world, judgment of everything. And that's more or less the precursor for the whole year. That we are not getting too entangled into this judgment energy, I would recommend to focus on an open heart and know that in all this drama which is going to come, which is a further purging till 2023, Spirit is in charge. So there is a reason for everything. So try not to judge the event too harshly, even though they will be very, very explosive and will feel like a war zone. Sorry that I have to say this, but that's what I'm told to say. February. February is a month where we should look at our finances and also at the people who we want to keep close and the people who we do not want to be associated with so much. Let us look at our equilibrium. What creates equilibrium in us? What people do us good, what people do on us not good, and consciously say no to certain arenas. That will be important to see what is close in our heart, what is doing us good, what lets us grow, what lets us blossom, and to be therefore in harmony. March will be a very interesting month because a lot of personal decisions will to be made, even to the point of new relationships. Old relationships will fall apart, new relationships will be created, and this is a time where a lot of people say goodbye to old relationships. It can feel a little bit isolating at times, so that's where I'm saying focus on the new relation, open your heart for new relations, because there will be a huge divide, and focus on people who are bridging to oneness. That would be my heart's desire for you, to look to the bridge builders, the ones who not create more drama, but the ones who are true bridge builders, and look onto the spiritual side of things as well. By the way, spiritual side, you will realize that your own intuition will get stronger in this time of 2021. Your spiritual personal insight, your personal intuition will be asked to bloom. So if you would like to take spiritual classes, whether it's with me or anybody else, this year would be a perfect year to do so, and your exercises or whatever you learn will be rewarded by going further and higher up. In April, we have the energy of the young, and also the inner child in us doesn't want to hear any drama anymore. We just want to be done with this. We just want to move on, being easygoing, lighthearted, and uplifted. Unfortunately, in this year, it's not that easy. You know, 2020 was just a beginning year, and 21 is not going to be much better. So listen to your inner child, because the joy is that what counts. If we look at our joy, even in small things, to me it was the other day looking at a small ladybug on a green leaf, and it brought me tremendous joy. It's so silly, but it brought me tremendous joy. And right after that came an idea about creating a new card system from messages from the other side. And I set myself to it right away, and it's almost done. I just need now to find a producer and printer to put this into reality, so that each and everybody of you can commune with the other side easily and naturally without having to go to me or anybody else, so that you can talk personally with the people who have been crossed over, because I have to tell you, there will be way more crossings in the future. We are not done with COVID, and we are not done with other plagues which are going to come. So focus on your inner child, which doesn't want to listen to all this drama anymore. And I think that's a form of self-preservation, emotional self-preservation at this time. Now May will get major blows in power struggle. That is all alliances, whether it's political alliances of the world, personal alliances, business alliances, will be full of power struggle. And to not fall prey to this power struggle scenarios, we have to step a step back and look at the dynamics and see what's really going on, what's really causing this power struggle, and be mindful that power struggles are only happening when people are deep down very insecure and try to convince somebody from something else. You have to look at it my way. You have to see it my way. So be aware that in all this struggle, there is a certain seed of insecurity. And if we want to get rid of this power struggle, we have to look at these insecurities. June will be a month of impatience. We are so ready to move over to the next level. We are so ready to move on. We are so ready to travel again. We are so ready to see the world from a different perspective. We are so ready to just move on and have different impressions except drama. Traveling will be on the forefront for everybody. Everybody will be looking to get away from this. Lots of moving will happening for people. This nomadic energy where you go from right to left and up to down and in to out and out to in, moving on from your emotional side of life, moving on from your viewpoints, moving on from your location, moving on to have even a vacation. And I can say, I'm not sure whether the second plague is already coming in June, but if you cannot travel, try to have a relaxing time on balconia or in your backyard. And even if you put your tent out into the backyard, try to give your feeling, your person a sense of feeling of vacation from the trauma. Meditation is a great way to do that. guided meditation. It's a great way to vacation from the dramas in this world, but try to have a vacation one way or another from this craziness of world. July, we will feel torn by other people's dictatorship. I'm not talking politics here. I'm talking about people to feel safe will be more prone to say, you have to do this way, you have to do it that way, you have to do this, you have to do that. Whether it's at work or personal life or political life, doesn't matter. People will feel a drive to change something, even though everything feels pretty stuck and stagnant. And therefore, there will be an artificial push-pull beyond a power struggle just to change something, and nothing gets really done. So it can be a very frustrational time. By the way, talking about finances for July into August, we will have a stock market which will go really up high February, March, and maybe even April. But then May, June, and July, there will be a very steep downfall. I cannot tell you exactly the dates, but you will see when it starts crashing, it will crash fast. So therefore, in July into August, we will have a lot of drama in regard of finances. So try to keep calm here too. We went through depressions, we came out of it, we went through financial disasters and banks being bailed out. We will be able to go through this. And when you look at it, because some of us will be in the survival mode, what do I do without these finances? What do I do without my retirement money? What do I do without XYZ? Understand that for true survival, you will need only very little, water, food, shelter, and a sense of security with somebody who likes you or loves you. So people will in this drama get more into togetherness, which is kind of meant by spirit to do so, because in times of adversity, we often go more into togetherness because we need to. So then in September comes a lot of healing. But healing will only happen when we let go of our old ways and are ready to embrace the new ways. In that regard, there will be coming some people who will be great leaders. People who have not been on the political screens before, people who have not been on their social screens before, but this time of September into October will lead or bring forward new leadership people, and it might be astounding how they create momentum of healing on this planet. They're sent here to do so, and it is not in any regard of any political party. These are people who will call for the bridge building, who will call for the new ways, and the old establishments, no matter how secure they thought they were, will be a little bit, shaken by this. But the good thing is it's about healing. The only thing what we have to do at that time is being willing to let go. So September is a healing month, but associated with the willingness to let go of our old perceptions. So then in October, again, miracle people will come up and secure our existence. For the ones of you who are into alien connections, there will be a lot of sightings in the sky. There will be a lot of this feeling of, thank God we are not alone in this planet. We will be taken care of with our space brothers and sisters. It will be a time of looking upward into the skies. People who are interested in Starseed, a lot of Starseeds will be awakened to who they really are. People will look up into the skies in general and will see a lot of things. Now, a quick thing about starseeds. Starseed means nothing else that you're remembering other existences more and more, and understanding your awakening to a purpose on this planet which goes beyond your personal needs, wants, and wishes. It is awakening to understanding that your DNA is just something which holds you here, but they are your true origins of existence laying somewhere else. And that can, this awakening can go with understanding of inherited gifts of a spiritual nature. So that is October. November, again, new youth will come into the open. New young leadership will lead us to a lot of blessings. In December, we will be shaken up again. It will be dramatic shift and change, especially also in regard of the finances. Maybe a new financial system will be tried to implement where old money is prepared to be obsolete and new things will be put into place for it. That will be creating lots of drama in people's perceptions who do not want to get away and give more control to powers that be who might misuse them. So, you know, a new financial system would be also be willing to barter more. But anyway, in this time of year, it is a lot about fire, water, fire element. I want to do something new. I want to be part of change one way or another. And the water element of emotions saying, is this wise, this hot-headed, you know, doing? Feel yourself into this first before you do. Then on a spiritual sense, we are asked to think about a new future, imagine a new future, and ask Spirit. I took some notes here, and Spirit said, what would you see, feel, and think, and hear if your wishes could come true? So this leads us into a vision so that our life can grow into that vision. So please think ahead. After all this drama, how should your world look like? And please be as detailed as you may be. I'm told that we are all very intelligent beings. We have an inner intelligence, and the spirit talks through the heart. So what are your heartfelt wishes? And how should they look like on a long-term basis? With these visions, we create our planetary future. So be please aware what you're doing as thought creates form, wish creates form. What is the mass wishes on this planet? Where do we going with that? You're part of it. This is part of your responsibility too. It's not part of the politician's responsibility or us thinking, oh, we don't have any power. This is just other people's doing and we live in their matrix of realization, in their matrix of vision. No, we have a part in this. Our visions can create part of the mass understanding of our future. So please think about your personal vision. And think about it not just personally, think about it also globally. Then a message from our fairy friends, our nature spirits, and they're saying the same thing, interestingly enough. Retreat sometimes to create. Consciously go away from the drama, which is very explosive in this year, and can easily sweep us away in the firestorms and make us emotionally afraid. So relax, retreat, create, and then you will create yourself prosperity. Prosperity of the heart with new relations, prosperity in your financial realm, what makes you enriched. It's not always money which makes us enriched. It's sometimes also the exchange. I'm, for example, part of a group here, nextdoor.org, where people can post things what they need, give others something for free who have too much, and it's a wonderful exchange. Last year we did a lot of seed exchanges so that we all have a better garden. Anyway, even these exchanges can be a part of your prosperity, to share and grow and bloom. So that's from our fairy friends. Now I have some messages from the water worlds. Some might call it the mermaid kingdom, but I call it just the water worlds. As I asked about them, because I was told this year is a very emotional time, and emotion means water, the water elements, as the moon is having an influence on our emotions, our water bodies. So that's why I got compelled to ask the water worlds. So they are also talking about major life change, but remind us that all change in the end will bring blessings. So take heart, everybody. Even though if this is a very explosive, fiery time, the water element, your emotions, do not have to be doused out by the fire. The fire element can douse out the burning, the fire. The water can douse out fire. Fire can, transform the water into an air element. But ultimately, take heart through your emotional side of life. This is a very magic moment of year in your life. So they're saying the exact same thing. Make a wish and enjoy your manifestation. Now, when we talk your manifestation, that means, again, being self-responsible about our thoughts. If we have a lot of negative thoughts, like, they are this way, and they're so bad, and, oh, I'm so good, and I'm thinking the right way. Well, right and wrong is just a matter of perspective, of polarity. There's only ultimately one right way, and that's the one about oneness, spiritual awareness. So again, go more into your own intuition and spiritual awareness and think about oneness rather than separation. There are indeed dark energies which try to separate us more and more and more, to take hold and manipulate our planet Earth. So go for oneness rather than manipulation into dividedness. And that was it from the Water Kingdom. Now, the earth elementals, I also asked about them, and they talked about very dark times, that we are going into the cave of our existence, into the cave of darkness. And in the darkness, if we do not look at our inner light, we do not see the sparkle of crystals on the walls of the cave. We only see the darkness and get very, very much afraid. So when you feel afraid in this darkness, in the cave of this, looking deep down within, then please ask yourself, what could ignite a light in me? What could ignite wisdom in me? What could ignite the light which leads me through the darkness? And there are many different versions of light switches in this existence. You could use a seminar maybe of a person which intrigues you, to bring you into a better understanding and out of the funk of negativity, anxiety, and fear. Or you could, again, I said earlier, guided meditation. I find guided meditation very easy, because you can just sit and relax and let the other person do it for you, and you are listening and going along onto the journey. You don't have to come up with your own creative ideas there when you're listening to a guided meditation. So guided meditation might give you the necessary relaxation in this year. Or take a new class, take a creative class. There are so many classes, for example, on udemy.com, which are not so expensive, because for a lot of people, money will be scarce. And oftentimes we think we can only do something nice when we have a lot of money. Not so. So look at new ways to celebrate your spirituality, to celebrate your creativity, and to celebrate your vision. Apropos vision, one last thought. I would recommend for everybody to create a journal, and to create like a spiritual journal which then has impact onto the physical world. So take a bootleg or a ring binder and have several themes. For example, partnership theme, financial theme, talents you want to explore in this lifetime. And then take pictures from magazines, what you want to have, and write underneath how you want to feel when that is happening. For example, I always say in regard of relationship, two people walk the beaches of Hawaii and you write underneath, I'm feeling so great with my partner, we have such a good time, we know we are meant for each other, and so on. Your thoughts create form, create reality, and your subconscious sees pictures. And when you put your logic to place, like this is how I want to feel, logic and emotional brain will work together to create it so, and the universe will be very clear in what to bring you. So the key is not just to have pictures, but also to write how you want to feel when you encounter this scenario. And when you have dreams, part of that should be a dream journal, dream hints for this reality to come through, because we will have all way more significant dreams. And many of you have already noted in January now, from 1st to now the 10th, that there were fantastic dreams giving us insights and giving us hope and giving us a positive feeling. So take note of these spiritual dreams in a form of a spiritual dream journey. So you can combine the manifestation binder, vision binder, with the spiritual vision binder, how you see your dream world in existence. And you will see that you will get support from the spiritual realm to manifest your high power dreams. But be cautious. If you would think about, oh, I want to get rid of this politician because he's this way, I want to get rid of that politician because he's that way, and you have hateful thoughts towards the one or the other, that will most likely backfire. Hate will always create more hate, and it will backfire into your own life, creating anxiety and fears. So my recommendation, all in all, focus more on the oneness, and therefore you focus on your spiritual existence, because in your spiritual existence you are more and more aware that you're just part of this matrix, but you can get out of the matrix by looking into the oneness. You're ultimately waking up and realizing, wow, this is just like a artificial matrix, a dream time, and when I wake up I can be more aware how I can manipulate this existence to my positive advantage and to bring more light into the darkness. With that, I say bye-bye for now. You will also see the written aspects of this newsletter, where I invite you to explore new things and tell you a little bit more about the explosions, about what's coming. I hope this was helpful to stay in equilibrium this year. And with this, I say goodbye till we see in a session.